Culture. Lincoln, Suzek, Taylor, Allen, Kirsti, Keskimaki. Culture values. Values is a part of society's non-material culture, represented cultural standards by which we determine what is good, bad, right, or wrong. Sexuality and romance. John D'Amelio and Estelle B. Friedman studied the history of sexuality in the United States. They have found that over time we are becoming an increasingly sexualized society. Don't think so? Look at the magazines, television, and music. Sexual feelings are linked with romantic love. Sexuality and romance. Our question is, has the definition of love changed? And we found that most of our interviewers answered yes. Over half said that love is just lust, and some believe that our generation doesn't know the difference between love and lust.
How do you think the definition of love has changed?
Vastly.
Can you give us some example?
Well, look at high schools and high school relationships. Love has kind of become just a word. It doesn't mean much anymore.
Love has become self-satisfactory instead of, acceptance of loving yourself so you can love others. And if you don't love yourself, then I don't know what you're looking for in others, but it's not the same as it used to be. We used to understand someone before we'd go to bed with them. I mean, now people meet people and they go out and that's love for them, that's, I don't know, self-satisfaction, immediate, and then the next day they say, oh, what have I done, or I don't want to talk to this people or that. It's lack of self-control, I think.
I don't know that love's changed. I think there's a change in how it's shown and demonstrated in the family life. I think when we work together and we tell each other things, we do dinners together, we share ideas, we work together, we support one another. That's all the love, that's all part of it. It isn't just buying things, it isn't just having the best of the best, it's having that one-on-one. How do you suppose love has changed in the young to how we see it now?
I don't think relationships are as strong as they used to be. I don't think people try as hard to make marriages last.
Yeah. And you have to work at it. You have to talk, you have to communicate, you got to do for one another, it isn't a one-way street, and you have to show that to your families, I believe. You demonstrate that, like I said, by doing dinners, going for rides, watching movies together, talking.
Definition of love?
Yeah.
I think it is used for not really anything. It's kind of become less important.
I think love is now more fluid than it used to be. It used to be like you love one person, now you don't. You kind of mix the pool or whatever.
I think the definition of love is different than when we were younger. We had respect for our elders. We had an opportunity to move among the people. Now, I think love is more of a sexual thing. And that wasn't true so much in our time.
Love has changed immensely over time. When I was young and my parents and my grandparents were young, you fell in love with somebody and you stuck with them for a long time through thick and thin. I think now that many people who get married today get married for the wrong reasons. They tend to get married because they're infatuated. They're not looking at the overall picture and is this somebody they actually can live with and stay with for the rest of their lives. I think they feel that love is disposable and they don't take it serious.
I guess it went from being like to accepting somebody you like to trying to find that perfect someone. And if someone's not absolutely perfect, people give up way too easy.
Everybody loves everybody just to get in their pants. That is what it is.
Activity and work. The American dream is that with enough hard work, anyone can pave a path to success. This dream is becoming harder and harder for Americans to reach. People in the United States spend more time on the job than most people in the industrialized world. Activity and work. According to our interviews, when asked what jobs Alpena's teenagers tend to hold, most answered with fast food and minimum wage jobs.
What types of job do Alpena teenagers tend to hold?
Fast food.
Jobs at fast food places. Because
That
there
or
aren't that many
professional
jobs.
If kids don't have a good education, they're going to have entry-level jobs. If they're not in a position where they can be self-employed or have a position that's in demand, either in, again, education or medical.
If they go
probably
to
gonna
school
be
and if there's job opportunity in this town. Other than that, it's like
It's gonna
fast
be
food
very
restaurants and,
It's a geriatric community.
yeah.
I think that Alpena teenagers usually work at restaurants and grocery stores and like minimum wage stuff usually.
The jobs teenagers tend to hold are probably really crappy, low-paying jobs, like stuff that just pays minimum wage, nothing more.
I think about the only jobs that are available in Alpena is fast food places. There's not too many opportunities for youth here in Alpena.
Teenagers. Mostly restaurant jobs are the types of jobs teenagers tend to hold.
Alpena teenagers tend to hold jobs that are minimum wage, and they get jobs that they're working in fast food restaurants, places like IGA, Neiman's, other odds and end jobs around town.
Activity and work. Whereas when we asked what jobs adults tend to hold in Alpena, it varied from fast food jobs to jobs at professional level.
Well, there's the funny part. I see a lot of adults in the restaurant industry as well. It seems to be between manual labor and restaurant work that I've seen a lot of adults in. But then again, manual labor could go over into like Kmart cashier, so on and so forth, etc. So I see a lot of, well, not a lot of, I see some professional work within Alpena, but not the majority work of it.
For adults, there's just not much opening there either. A lot of your adults are going to fast food places too. Or care, adult care facilities and such.
Adults in Alpena tend to hold a variety of jobs, anything from minimum wage jobs to jobs that require high education. I think in Alpena we have a wide variety of types of economic level due to just it's not a highly educated area, so there's not a real lot of high paying jobs. I think a lot of the jobs tend to be under $20 an hour type jobs to work either manual labor or, like I said, some of the minimum wage jobs.
What type of jobs do adults in Alpena tend to hold?
It varies as much as you can guess. Doctors to teachers to law enforcement to whatever Alpena has it is.
Activity and work. And when we asked teenagers what most teens do in Alpena, the answer was hang out with friends and Walmart.
I think a lot of teenagers are involved in extracurricular activities such as clubs and sports. I know that the sports take up a lot of time and it keeps them busy, and they have a lot of fun doing those as well. If they're not involved in the sports, then I think that they tend to just go to the sporting activities and watch and cheer on friends and teams, and it keeps them busy.
You know, some people like laser tag, some people just like movies, some people just like going for walks, things like that.
We hang out, ride bikes and play sports. That's pretty much it.
Conclusion. We found that regardless of age, most people in Alpena thought along the same lines and answered our questions in a similar fashion. They also seem to agree that the changes in the past few years have not all been for the best.